Welcome back to another video style crew. If you're new here, I am Rio. In today's video, I got something a little bit different for you guys. So if you've been following me these past several months, you would have known that earlier this summer I was in Chicago. I uploaded some videos about some shopping that I had done while I was there, and I've also uploaded some pictures on Instagram. Some of you guys actually have been seeing so many pictures, or all the pictures I've been posting, and messaged me thinking I probably moved. In actuality, I just took a lot of not only pictures, I just did a lot of work while I was there. I live in Columbus, Ohio, as some of you may already know that. I'm always doing all my work here, doing all my videography work here, cinematography work here, all my photography work here. And I just wanted to go somewhere a little bit different. It was my first time going, and I just wanted to have different scenery. So I took a lot of photos, some of which you've already seen, and then some of which you haven't and will see in months to come. So this video is simply about just some of the things that I did. So if you care to see that, hope you guys enjoyed this video. So we're just gonna hop right into it. I was in Chicago from the night of June 29th till the afternoon of July 3rd. June 29th was a Saturday. I worked that morning, I believe, and I think I left work like around 4, and then from there, 4 or 4:30, and then from there I went straight to Chicago, hopped in the car, and we drove there. It was like a 5-hour or so drive. We probably got there maybe like 8 or 9 o'clock Chicago time. So since we arrived that night, there wasn't much to really do that night. We checked into the Airbnb. The Airbnb was on Michigan Avenue, and I'm not, like I said, it's my first time going, so I'm not the most familiar with Chicago, but Michigan Avenue is a very popular street, and it goes all the way to downtown. So we literally walked from the Airbnb all the way to downtown, which had to have been maybe like a good 4 or 5 miles, maybe could be even more. It was cool. At this time it must have been maybe 11 o'clock, going on midnight, and again, it's a Saturday night, so I'm sitting here confused of why so many people are out this late. And then I remind myself, it's Saturday night, it's a big city. I also got to see the Bean. I had never seen the Bean before, so I walked past that and saw that. And all of these things that we were doing this night, the first night, I didn't film any of it. It was just really just first night, just walking around. And then the next day, which my second day, was where I did the shopping. So you guys saw some of those videos, of course. Like the first thing I did, we caught an Uber down to the shops on Michigan Ave. I think I went into Forever 21 first. I didn't film that. Couldn't really find much of anything. I just bought like a shirt. I bought this striped shirt here that you may have seen in some videos by now. And then from there, we did some more walking, and then I went into Zara. Walked around a little bit. I wanted to film inside these places so I can do some shop with me type hauls. I wanted to do quite a few of them just to give you guys different shopping content. But as you've known, if you've been watching, I only did like 2. When I was in Zara, I found this blazer, which if you've been watching, you may have seen this. I also did feature it in a pickup haul, which you can check out here. It was my huge summer pickup haul. So I picked this up as well. One of the first stores that I walked through was Ralph Lauren. Shoes are nice, very unique. On the oops. When I walked in, I think the guy said it was like a flagship store, which was one of its kind, it was a really cool store. It was actually really big. It had a few different levels, so many different Ralph Lauren historic pieces, so many different rare items, rare books, rare finds. It was a really cool store. I could not afford anything in that store. Well, I won't say anything, but the things that I liked are things that I just couldn't afford. That's a lot of money for a boat. A lot. Yeah. Put that back up there. Slide all the way down. Yeah, it's time to go. And then from there, I did the shopping that you've seen. The first thing I wanted to do was go to Top Man, and if you've seen my Uniqlo shopping video, you know how that turned out. There's nothing here. So I guess we won't be doing any shopping here. And then from there, of course, I went to Uniqlo and did some shopping there as well. So far, I've been into Zara and what's the other one?
Forever 21.
Forever 21. Spent about $174, I think. Wasn't really happy about that, but you know, whatever. And then from there, I went to H&M. If you saw my H&M video, not much happened there. Got a little bit of footage, and then of course I finished that video here at this desk doing an online shopping video at H&M. I'm in front of my computer because, as you see, I was doing some shopping at H&M, but it wasn't much to look at. I didn't really do much. I didn't buy much. I bought a few things, which I'm going to show you at the end. Then after the shopping, we hopped in an Uber and went back to the Airbnb.
Must be 21 and over to attend.
And then we just kind of chilled for a few hours, and then actually went out again and went down to North Avenue Beach, which is near Lincoln Park. Again, I'm not familiar with Chicago whatsoever, so I probably said those things wrong, but that's just what I told it was called. I think that's what it was called. And then down on the beach is where I actually concluded my first night in Chicago. My first full day in Chicago has come to an end. It's only like 9:30, but I got a lot of stuff to do. So I'm gonna get back to the apartment, the Airbnb that we rented. The night is concluding with a view of this. A view of the city, Chicago. It's gorgeous. When I get home tonight, gotta cut my hair. Kept this hat on all day because it's a mess underneath there. Tomorrow I have a lot of shooting to do, so I gotta organize those outfits, sort those things out. Today I got out to a really late start. And then it rained a lot, so I couldn't really do what I wanted to do, but I did some shopping, did some filming, but tomorrow's a big day. I'll end this with another view of the city. See you guys tomorrow. And in this day, it was very important for me to get out and take some photos. Some of the photos you guys actually seen already if you've been following me over Instagram. If not, what are you doing? Follow me over on IG. I'm gonna link it right here, also down below in the description section. The first half of this day is something that I didn't even bother filming any of this because it was so important to get photos taken, and I really wish I would have vlogged some of it. The goal was to vlog some of it, but I was just so caught up in taking pictures and doing those things that I forgot, to be honest. So I put on my suit, went down to the Board of Trade financial area and got a lot of different shots. A lot of the shots I took you guys actually haven't seen yet, and I will be posting those in days to come, or months to come rather. I did so much and I just didn't want to unrelease it all at once, so I have a lot of photos to just kind of upload piece by piece, just to give me more content, I suppose. So after the pictures in the navy suit, I then took off the blazer, the navy blazer, and I put on my plaid blazer that I had just bought the previous day from Zara, which you saw in some of these photos, or this photo. Again, all of the pictures haven't been out yet, so I don't know what I've posted already. I'm not sure. So after that, one of the things that I have been told about and really wanted to do was take this architectural tour boat ride, which is what we did next.
We're gonna take you out on the river, take you out on the lake.
This was really cool. Just really interesting for me because I'm a big fan of history and I just like learning newer things. And Chicago is known for some of its really bold architecture and cool, of course, you know, cool building designs, and not just the building designs itself, the history of these buildings. It really fascinates me.
This bridge was the widest, longest, and heaviest one of its kind. Chicago does have more movable bridges than any other city on the planet. Just last night, I rewatched The Dark Knight, the Batman movie. Filmed in 2007 and released in 2008. The skyline looks very different from back then. Really full service. Vista Tower, by the way, will pass the Aon Center to be the number 3 building on the Chicago skyline. The Trump International Hotel and Tower, built in 2009, designed by world-famous architect Adrian Smith. The highest one is at the same height of the Twin Towers in Manhattan. The other 3 mimicking nearby Chicago buildings. The most famous architect we'll talk about today is Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, the German king of modernism. When he had a student named Bertrand Goldberg who disagreed with his mentor, Goldberg thought that nature should inspire architecture, and so Goldberg envisioned 2 rose petals falling from the sky. He built Marina City. Here in Chicago, we don't think they look like rose petals, but rather corn cobs. Corn cobs. The Chicago River was officially toxic for more than 150 years. It got so bad that Britney Spears wrote a song about it in the 2000s.
The tour guide was really cool, although I wish he would have gave more factual history. It was very comical. Like he was joking around a whole lot, and I wish I got more from it. But all in all, like some of the jokes were funny, so I enjoyed that. But I wish I was able to learn more about the things that I would have been interested in. But I still did learn a lot nonetheless.
No more fun and games. It's time to get serious. The big buildings. Folks, on the right, the 1929 Art Deco behemoth. When it was completed, this was the largest building in the world. 4.2 million square feet. Built for Marshall Fields as a storage overflow warehouse. The Civic Opera Building was built for Samuel Insull in 1929. This is again Art Deco, like the Merchandise Mart. If you want to make a Sears Tower at home, just get 9 frozen hot dogs and some rubber bands. I'm sure you can do it. If you have some kind of tour, come and live in Chicago, Illinois. I think they're getting wet too.
And then towards the end, they turned that thing into a speedboat, and we just sped through Lake Michigan, which was really cool. And then some of the sights from downtown Chicago were really amazing. Alrighty, so day 2 in Chicago. Just got off of the architectural tour. Yeah, architectural tour. Spent today taking some photos, some pictures for IG. Probably gonna get back and do a few more before we lose daylight. And then that's probably about it. Might get back at you later on, or we'll just pick back up tomorrow. So after that, caught an Uber back to the Airbnb, and then changed again, and then went out and took some more pictures. As I mentioned, this was a day of really just pictures. And the photos I took at that time are, I don't think I posted those at all yet. As a matter of fact, that's not true. One of the pictures I posted already, which is maybe here, I posted here, or posted somewhere. Day 3 was my final full day. This day was a day of some pictures and then a lot of sightseeing. So there was a lot of things that I wanted to see while I was in Chicago. This was, of course, my last full day, so this was the last chance of me being able to do that. So at this time in Chicago, Louis Vuitton had a pop-up shop, which is very kind of a orangey, reddish building with the Louis Vuitton monogram all over it. And if you're following me on IG, you would have saw some of these pictures in front of this building. Or if you've seen a blog post that I wrote about this same exact thing on my website, you would have, of course, known about this. Virgil had this pop-up shop commemorating the fall and winter collection of LV. And inside featured so many different, just rare, one-of-a-kind pieces that could only be purchased at this pop-up shop. And of course, I wasn't balling like that, so I didn't cop nothing. But it was really cool just to see a lot of things they had inside of it. Wait a minute. So I'm sitting here editing this video, and I literally just found out that this building, apartment, or condo, whatever you want to call it, is the same exact building that the cast from Real World Skeletons, which was in Chicago, lived in. They literally lived in this building, and I had no clue. I actually watched that whole season back when I used to watch Real World. That's insane. in Chicago, one of the things that you just have to see is the Chicago theater. So that I did. For me, it was really, really cool because you always see these type of things in pictures, and to see it in person for your first time, it's a really cool experience. I got some really cool pictures in front of the Chicago theater. None of those have been posted, but I think what I'm gonna do is, as soon as the videos go live, I'm gonna post some of those photos on IG. So if you're watching this video, head over to my IG, show me some love, give that picture a like, drop a comment on there letting me know that you came from this video. And while you're there, if you're not following me, just follow me for, you know, goodness sake. So we hopped in the car, hopped on the freeway after getting some food because we were both really, really hungry, and then went here. Do you guys recognize this house? This one right here. If not, I'll give you a hint. It's like this house was a part of my childhood indirectly for such a long time because, of course, Home Alone is, if you come from my era, Home Alone it's like, it is your childhood. Seeing that house in person was weird. It was really weird. It looks nothing like it did back in the early 90s, I think. It looks nothing like it did then. Of course, all these years, things have changed. That's it. So dope. So dope. So at some point when I was outside of the house, someone else pulled up and we kind of like, we're here for the same exact reason. And then as we were pretty much doing all of this, we saw the gate just close.
Home Alone house?
Yeah.
They closed the gate.
I don't blame them one bit. I'd imagine somebody lives there now, and I'm sure they're probably sick and tired of people coming to their house, taking pictures and filming and all of the things that would be extremely annoying if your house was a part of a pop culture movie. Iconic movie, rather. And from there, I went to the former house of the GOAT, Michael Jordan. So I made it to the former house of the GOAT, Michael Jordan. As you guys know, Michael Jordan doesn't live in Chicago anymore, but that's where he played the majority of his career, where he became such an icon, an iconic figure, where he became the GOAT. It's really cool just to kind of see the area that he lived in, which is Deerfield, Illinois. So it's not, he didn't live in Chicago, but Deerfield is a suburb of Chicago, and it was about maybe like an hour out of the city. And it was funny because like the drive there, of course we had some detours to see other things, but on the way back, I was thinking to myself, like, how did this dude live an hour and some change away with this Chicago traffic going to and from games like all the time? And I'd imagine he maybe had some kind of different situation. I don't know. Just finished taking some IG pictures. Had to take them run and gun because no trespassing, so I had to do everything really, really quick. But anyway, yeah, dope stuff, man, dope stuff. And then soon after I came back from that trip, of course, was 4th of July, so I posted these photos you see here, which if you've been following me, you would have seen these photos already. But they were really, really cool pictures to take right in that area because there's a lot of big houses. There was no trespassing like the Home Alone house. I'm sure they're used to seeing people come and go all the time, taking pictures, doing all the things because it's, you know, Michael Jordan's former house, which he still owns because it hasn't been sold. But it's been for sale, and I think it's been selling for like 16 million or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but around there. So we were very weary of getting these pictures. Like, I had to change because I had on a different outfit, and then I changed into the jersey, and I changed into the outfit that I was actually wearing in that photo. And I had to go to a gas station at the corner to change, because we didn't want to just sit there in the car changing, looking suspicious. It's not a good look having those big houses, people with tons of money, seeing somebody just sit outside and yeah, in their car. No, you don't want to do that. And it literally like took pictures in like 5 minutes and took a ton of shots in 5 minutes, and some of them came out amazing. And again, you would have seen them already. It was really, really cool. Then on the way back there was traffic, of course. Chicago had some ridiculous traffic, so we got stuck in that. Since I was only there for such a short time, I didn't get to see any actually sporting events or sport teams play, but I just wanted to kind of see where these stadiums and arenas were located. So went by Wrigley Field, which was really cool because for some reason when you hear Wrigley Field in Chicago, you think of it being in some really big downtown area, and it's not. It's in a very urban kind of old town district, which was really, really cool. It's not what I expected. And then we drove past the United Center, which of course is where the Chicago Bulls play, which they have been playing there since 1994. I was thinking that Jordan was playing there in the late 80s and early 90s, which wasn't the case. If that opened in 94, so they were in the Chicago Stadium originally and then moved to the United Center. Then lastly, I wanted to see exactly where the Chicago White Sox play, so we went past Guaranteed Rate Field, which we only went past that, I think, on the freeway, maybe off of the freeway a little bit. That seemed like it was kind of in the hood a little bit. I'm not exactly sure. I was trying to get her to take me to the south side just so I could see, where the real ruggedness happens. But, it didn't happen. I also wanted to see where the Chi was filmed, the area in that suburban from the Chi, but I didn't get to see it. But I really wanted to. That would have been pretty cool. And then we went to try this pizza place that she had heard so much about, but she had never had. So we just decided to go there. Apparently like a very, very popular place. So the waiting times for this place, because it's very small, but the waiting times were just like 30 minutes to an hour. What I can tell you is that food was amazing. One of the things that we went there for was called a pizza pot pie. But they offer you this flatbread while you wait. We were sitting thinking like, okay, flatbread, okay, we'll just get the bread, whatever it's going to be. We'll just get that until we get our pizza pot pie. We did not know we were about to get something so delicious that it was the best thing I had that night. And literally several months later, I still think about this damn flatbread. It was that good. So the pizza pot pie has arrived. Alright, so I got the pizza pot pie. I want the vegetarian option. It looks really, really good. So I'm excited to dig into this and see what it tastes like. So let's do it. So much cheese. Bon appetit. Pretty good. You too, thanks. So if any of you guys want to try out this food and this flatbread and this pizza, it is called Chicago Pizza and Oven Grinder Co. on 2121 North Clark Street. So if you live in Chicago and haven't had this, or you're going to visit Chicago and you want to try it, you have my recommendation. Do it. It's delicious. Then the next day was pretty much just packing up and time to leave. Hopped in the road and then headed back. And one thing I can say about, because we were probably got on the road maybe like around 3 or 4, and that Chicago traffic did not disappear. And when I talk about the traffic, I don't want you to think that I'm just exaggerating traffic. You probably live in a bigger city that has more traffic. Keep in mind that I live in Columbus, Ohio. And although we have our fair share of traffic, it's nothing like what I would imagine Chicago, New York, or LA is like. And I haven't been to New York in a very long time, and I've never been to LA. So Chicago was my only real experience with this kind of traffic in recent years, and it was a lot. I mean, like a lot. Waiting for like 5 minutes. A lot of traffic. And it kept going. And it kept going. And it kept going. And when you thought the traffic was done, it wasn't. All in all, that was my time in Chicago, my 3 days in Chicago. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. I know this video wasn't directly about fashion or clothing or how to style or any Air Jordan. So if you're watching this, I really appreciate you. Drop a comment down below letting me know that you're here, let me know that you watched it, and if you got to this point, let me know that you made it to the end. You can simply just say just made it to the end. I really appreciate that, because I have a feeling that a lot of you, most of you, will not watch this video because it's not something that you would care to see. And I get it, I understand. I know how YouTube works. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Got myself a job well in Chicago. It's not too much to go on, but I'll make it fine. Ooh, still anything's better than just hanging